Good evening everyone and welcome to round 3 of the PNRGT3 Cup. The folks are just loading into the server now, which is great. After a little bit of tweaking, AMS2 did the classic of just resetting everything. So in round 3 we'll be driving at Oulton Park, where if I press this one, it shows Oulton Park, the map, and for some reason it still says Jerez Moto behind it. But anyway, the information's from Racing Circuit Infos. As you can see, Oulton Park International Circuit, so it's a full layout this evening, including Island Bend and Shell Oil's Corner. 45 minutes just like last time. And yeah, at the moment we only have 8 contestants driving tonight, so a little bit of a thinner field, but I think there are going to be... So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at Oulton Park International. And just before I was rudely cut off by my transition, I think the 8 drivers that we currently have in at the moment are actually going to have a bit of a tough time. Oulton Park is a very narrow circuit, quick but twisty, challenging and aggressive. It's probably my favourite circuit in the UK, if not the whole world. I just thoroughly enjoy driving it. I'm not necessarily the quickest around it, but I thoroughly enjoy driving it. And we are currently looking at J Sky in the number 10 Porsche, currently the fastest in the time trials list out of our community races. Now obviously in the time trial you want a bit of a slippery setup. You want your car to kick its rear end out a little bit as J Sky runs wide there, coming out of Druids and up to Lodge Corner. Very awkward over the crest right hammer? Over the crest right hander. God damn. Oh, and apparently we have a pit box in the middle of the racing circuit. That's good. Well done, Automobilista. There is a glitch. We'll take a little picture of that and send it off to Riser. They may not listen to us, but you never know. Coming down Cascades along Lakeside Straight. The fastest part of the circuit. And then you've got Island Bend, a slightly awkward left-hander. You feel like you should do it, or you could do it flat out, but you're just really not able to. Round Shell Oils up to Britain's. A very awkward chicane because you want to brake for the right-hander of the chicane. You see where that tyre wall is, but you can't really straight line it enough to be able to get the car stopped in time because of how much speed you're getting out of the banked corner at Shells. And we're just going through Hislops, through Knickerbrook, over the crest of Clay Hill, through the left-hand kink of Water Tower, and here we are back at Druids. Is J Sky going to be able to keep it on this time? He is indeed. Nice and clean, lovely stuff. On a Paloma straight, turning him rather early there. Going over Deer Leap, and over the start-finish line and the random pit garage. So the drivers have all said the same thing. They found it very tricky to stay consistent on this circuit. I think consistency is key in this race today. You'll probably see qualifying times of somewhere in the anywhere between the high 33s and the 35s and the high 35s, so quite a broad range because some people are setting their car up for the race rather than the qualifying, rather than the Saturday session. As you can see, J Sky there having to brake quite early to get the car in and rotated. It's the only real straight bit of road that you can brake on. It's very easy to lose it into Britain's as we get on the first aerial view, I think, of the season so far. What a nice little aerial view that was. Up the hill, which we now can't see. Over the crest. Around Druids again. Now I think the dark horse of this race could very well be Mark Coulton. Didn't have a great time in Jerez. A poor start with a collision with Mizu. Well, he could have got a better result if that collision didn't happen and didn't have to go into pitch, especially a Mizu. But Mark Coulton has put in a lot of practice this week. So hopefully they'll be able to keep it nice and clear. As there's a yellow car off the circuit. It's Yogi, the number 77 of Yogi. In the AMG. Which I actually believe is the quicker race car around Oulton Park. It's maybe not the quickest hot lapping car, but it's certainly the quickest in the race pace, I feel. It's very planted, very steady. It's the only GT3 in AMS2 that you can actually edit the front downforce. That's a good corner. That was good by Yogi. That's kind of what you're looking for. A late turn into, make sure the car's nice and straight as you're going over the camber. As we head over to Jamski, who, I'm not a betting man, but if I was to bet, I think Jamski could get a win today. Although he's not done the greatest amount of practice. But when it comes to the race, I think because he hasn't done so much practice, he won't get into his own head so much. As he comes over the timing line, it goes P3. So you can see that Jay's guy's got the pace. Definitely, but does he have the consistency? And this is a very, all it takes is the rear right or rear left or front right to just tap the grass and you're a bit scuppered. Let's go on Island Bend up to Shell Oil's corner. Just see how much more planted that AMG is compared to the Porsche, and it can ride the curbs a lot better. Whee! Whoa! There we go. And I think that's what's going to happen to people. Oh, and Jamski's just damaged his car, so he's going to have to go back to the pits now. Yeah, which he has done. Let's take a look at Stewart then. Number 85 of the Lazy Camel, the owner of SLP, the website which hosts this league. Exclamation mark GT Cup if you want to get involved. We are looking for more drivers. As you can see, we've only got 8, but all of these 8 people absolutely love it. Like, it just seems to be a really nice format. Really nice format. So I'm glad that they are here and they're doing this. As we've got 6 minutes left of practice. Now what we will do whilst we're looking at practice, if I just press table, let's see if it's updated. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, the table has indeed updated. It's actually live, so that's good. So we can see that Jay Sky is currently in P1 with Jamski in P2, and Mizu falling down to P3 after a pretty poor result in Jerez. Then we got Hewis Hamilton in P4, Mark Coulson in P5, who I think might get a good result today, because I think a few of the fast drivers in front may have altercations, so he just needs to keep his nose clean. Yogi getting the special P6. Then we have Stewart in P7. Bo Dixon is not racing tonight. I have to get maximum points in round 2, which is a shame. But after all, he is busy. John Connor Max in P9 after not being able to attend round 2 or round 3 due to outside commitments, which is, again, absolutely fair enough. And Savage Paddy, sadly not making it for round 3. Currently sitting in P10. In P11 we got Lando Morris Minor, who is driving today, but has yet to set a lap in practice with 5 minutes to go. And then we have, rounding us off in P12, Kieran Jones, and in P13, Perarolo, who signed up but has not actually joined us in any of the racing. So here we go. 5 minutes left. So the season could be anyone's yet. J Sky ideally needs to finish within the top 3 to make sure that he keeps that kind of point advantage over the rest of the field. Let's go down to Lando Morris Minor, sorry, who is driving arguably the most awkward car to drive around here. The McLaren is really not suited to this circuit. There's tracks in the calendar, later in the calendar, that would be more suited to the McLaren. But sadly, Oulton Park is not one of them. We can see that he's already had a bit of a bump. As they come up to Britons. Managing to get the car rotated quite nicely and get the power down, which is quite nice. The gearing, like first, second and third in McLaren, is quite short. It definitely has longer gears towards the end. And Lando just about keeps it going. And is currently blocking the number 17 car of Hewis, but Hewis won't mind. Hewis was saying actually outside of during one of our practice sessions, he's really not sure where you can actually overtake in Oulton Park, where I think differently you can actually overtake in quite a few places at Oulton Park. Oh, as Lando Morris gets his lap time in as a 1:39, which who knows, if they keep their nose clean, could very well be a good race kind of race pace. We really don't know how it's going to go here. A lot of the drivers are quite agitated, quite worried. So let's take a look at Hewis. Sorry, put through mic. Some nice camera angles here at Oulton Park compared to some of the circuits out there. Just able to straight line that Porsche to get the power down really easily. We could be looking at our race winner right now, as we're currently going through Hislops, coming out of the right-hander of Knickerbrook. So I quite like Knickerbrook, but there is a tyre stack made of concrete on the inside, which the drivers need to be careful of. As Hamilton goes into the lead at the end of practice, does J Sky have an answer? Who knows? I mean, it's only practice, but the front three again are so close, less than half a second. But I think what's even more impressive is the fact that Umizu and Stewart, the Lazy Camel, is they're in touching distance. They could literally rub shoulders pretty much all this race if they keep that pace up, which is quite something. Really is quite something. But again, the Porsche, a bit squirrely coming out of Hislops. As we go up the hill, Clay Hill, past Water Tower, around Druids. Over the nice little crest. Very easy to light up the rear there. If you don't quite get your accelerator pressure, or your right foot pressure rather, quite right, you can quite easily lose the rear end there. As J Sky nips into the lead with 1:33.9. What a lap! We saw that. That was a fantastic lap. I don't think Jamsky's going to be able to get near that. But I think Jamski can probably do 134s as a race pace, whereas I'm not convinced that Lamilton and J Sky will be able to. So, could be an interesting one. Could be a very interesting one. This practice is going to be completed in 75 seconds. Very nice camera angle. This is looking good. This is looking very good for Jamski. Oh, he clipped the inside left. That's going to lose him some time. Oh dear. Oh dear, he got a little bit too huggy there over Deer Leap. Wanted to rub shoulders with the barrier a bit too much. So race is complete. As we wait to go to the standings. Practice will be complete pretty much any time now. That's where our standings. There they are. So J Sky is the top of our leaderboard for practice session. For our practice session with a 133.921. Hughes Lamilton with a 134.0. So absolutely nothing in it again between those two. Jamski only about half a second behind. After that is Omizu, Lazy Camel, Dar Yogi, Mark Coulson, and London Morris Minor. Let's get into more important stuff, you know, like qualifying. Let's get rid of that. Oh, that's the timings board. Oh, that's quite cool. We don't want it though, but that's quite cool. Although I don't think it really tells us anything different than what we can actually see. Now we can see J Sky is leaving the pit lane, and so is Jamski. Now it sounds silly, but I don't think qualifying matters too much around Oulton Park. Because do I think J Sky can do high 133s? Oh, Jamski just decides to go rally crossing. Why not? Thought we were doing the Foster's layout all of a sudden. Yes, what was I saying? Do we think that this person, J Sky, can actually do 133 nines and 134 low 134s throughout the entire race? And I want to say yes, because the skill is definitely there, but I think it's so risky in a 45-minute race to go flat out like that so much. But then you've got Jamski, who's probably doing 134.5s, let's say, quite comfortably in that AMG. So he might not have a choice. He might have to really go at it. Another person that's probably going to have to go full pace is Hughes Lamilton. But we'll keep an eye on that in a minute. What I want to do as he goes over the crest of the hill is go on board with J Sky as we go past the mysterious pit box. As we go around Druid's Corner, third corner. It's a little bit there, carried a bit too much speed. Hello Connor, how are you, sir? Going down the avenue, Denton's into Cascades, which is this left-hander here. Whack up the gears past Lakeside. Going into the fast left-hander of Island Bend, having to drop it down a gear to make sure that front end bites into Shell's Oil Corner. And carrying quite a lot of pace here. It's nice and banked, and the camera is actually with you. Coming out of there, you're heading up to the tight chicane of Britain, so you have to brake early. Make sure you get a good exit. Not the best exit there by J Sky, but carrying a lot of speed through over Hilltop and down to Hislop. Again, another fast chicane. You have to carry as much momentum as possible. Missing the apex there at the right hander. You can do better, we know this. Going over Clay Hill. Past Water Tower, which used to be on the right hand side there. Round Druids. Oh, could have shifted up a little bit earlier rather. Down towards Lodge Corner, the off-camber right-hander, you can see it here. Such an awkward corner, but well handled there by J-Sky. Over Deer Leap and over the timing line for 1:33.5. What am I worried about? I don't know what I'm worried about. I really don't. Don't know what I'm on about anymore. Just don't know. Well, that's qualifying done. J-Sky is definitely taking the lead there. Jamski is just coming up towards Lodge Bend now. Lodge Corner, rather. Having a bit of aero damage by looks of it. And what lap time does he set? He doesn't, so clearly there's another outlap. So where is Hughes Lamilton? Hughes Lamilton is currently coming out of Shell's oil. Okay, let's have a look at Yogi. Where's Yogi? Yogi's around Island. Where's Mirror? Mirror's coming up to Clay Hill now. Umizu, where are you? Also coming up. So where's Mark Coulson? Just come over the line. And Laser Camel's just coming around Druids. So we got a couple of cars there, and Lando just coming on, getting in the way of Umizu a little bit there. Now, is this going to be a lap time for Stewart? Let's see. Yes, it is. And Umizu with a 1:35.3 and Stewart for 1:36.2. So that's the sort of pace I was expecting. I'm going to quickly take your jump off. It's actually quite warm in this workshop, which is nice. But Connor, how are you doing, sir? You doing okay? 4 minutes left to qualify. That's better. Even though I'm in a shed in the bottom of my garden trying to commentate on this league, which I'm not very good at doing, let's be honest. With a little heater on. Not gonna lie, it's quite nice. Jamski did a 1:34.2 whilst I was busy taking off my jumper. Not a bad lap at all, sir. Improved from practice. So Jamski clearly had a little bit of the AMG sandbagging going on, but the one person that has yet to set a lap time is Hughes Lamilton. Clearly feeling the pressure of qualifying with only 3 minutes to go. As I think Stuart Lazy Camel has just gone up to P3 with a 1:34.4. Good run off as I come over there. Deer Leap over the timing line and into second place with a 1:34.121. So not bad at all by Hughes. Not bad at all. So the only driver left not to set a lap time is Mark Coulson. There's me saying in practice, this could be the surprising contestant in today's race, but we'll see. It's not a race yet. Lando Morris Minor with a 1:47. We know they can do better, and this is looking a bit better, to be honest. The car's looking a little bit worse for wear, but that's AMS2 for you, just not sorting itself out. There's a Jace guy's in the pit, so good handle there from Lando Morris Minor. Jammer sandbagging. I think Jammer could be sandbagging a little bit. As Morris Minor comes over the timing line. Any improvements? Sadly not. But Mark Coulston's also done a 1:45, so clearly not great laps going in there. So Mizu coming up. Improvement, but not enough. I think Stewart is happy with his 1:34.4. I would be very happy. Lamilton has gone into the pits with 1 minute 40 left on the clock. Is he going to be quick enough to get a lap time in? I don't think so. No, I don't think he will be. I don't think he will be. So, unless Omizu can pull something out of the bag, I don't think Lamilton will be able to do anything about it. Which is a shame. Let's have a look at Yogi. Yogi. Just went in the pits. And there's Yogi's Ford Transit fan right there. The grey one next to the Ford Focus. And the VW Golf. Not bad. That guy in the grey and reds looks like he's really enjoying his drink there. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm glad the crowd are enjoying this. It's what matters. Yeah, I don't think Lamilton's going to get a lap time in. So Mizu, coming around Druids. Can he gain more than 5th? He's in the points, so he's okay. So the top 1 to 5 positions get points. Goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So can Umizu gain more points? Yeah, that could be an off track. Might get away with it though. He's pushing. And no better. Mark Coulson, where are you? Down at Oil Shell. Doing your last lap. And Morris Minus just got over the line as well. So the 3 left out on track are the ones available. I don't think Lamilton made it. No, completely off there. So, Mark Coulson heading down to Hislop. Needs to get a good exit here. You can lose a lot of time just over this right-hander off Knickerbrook. Going up Clay Hill. Past Water Tower. Through Druids. Now, in a Formula car, I absolutely love Druids. In a GT car, not so much. But in a Formula car like F3 or something like that, love it. Absolutely love it when you get a bit of downforce. It's scary as anything, but it's good. Now, can Mark Coulson put pressure on Umizu? We know he can do better. 1:36.2. No, he can't. Who is next across the line is Umizu, I believe. Yeah, Umizu. Coming up to Lodge Corner now. And we can see Morris Minor in the background. Ooh, a little bit slow through Lodge. Any improvement? Oh, he's nipped into P4. So an extra point there to Umizu. Stewart loses an extra point for the championship. So let's go to the standings for qualifying. So J Sky is your pole sitter for today's round 3 race at Oulton Park with a 1:33.5. The moment you said that, we kind of all knew that that was pretty much it. So 5 points go to him. Lewis Lamilton with 1:34.1. Jamski rounding off the top 3 with a 1:34.2. Umizu with a 1:34.4, so only 2 tenths behind. The field is quite close in all fairness. From 1st to 5th, there's a second between them all, which I think is a very respectable sort of gap. Mark Coulson in P6 with a 1:36.2, Yogi with 1:36.4, and Lando Morris Minor with a 1:37.9 at the end of qualifying. So, quick advert, quick intro, and we'll get straight into the race. So here we are, round 3, Oulton Park of the PNRGT3 Cup. We'll be getting underway once the drivers are ready. We are currently riding with Lando Morris Minor, so we can see the whole field as a takeoff. We can see also the lights go down and turn off. Now I know that Lewis Hamilton has a very good start in the Porsche. I'm not sure about J Sky. I think he's had a bit of a sluggish start in Jerez, if I remember correctly. And Jamski, when he switched on, has also got a very good start in them. So anyone could be in P1 by the time they get down the hill to Cascades, the fast left-hander. And it's silly, but around Oulton Park, you need to be brave in the first half a lap. You need to really put some challenging on as the lights are going on. 2 reds, 3 reds. And we go! Oh, poor start there by Mark Olsen. Brilliant start by Morris Minor there. As J Sky just pips ahead of Lewis Hamilton as Jamski sits into 3rd, Miser into 4th and Stewart into 4th. But terrible start there by Mark Olsen. I'm really not sure what's gone on there. Not a good start. It's almost as if the lights went out and he forgot that he was meant to be driving somewhere. As we can see that Jamski is putting a lot of early pressure onto Lewis Hamilton. As I said, the first half of lap 1, you really do need to put the pressure on. Pardon me. As into Britain's they go. So far, no casualties. I like this. Now, is anyone close enough to make a move? Yogi has sadly given way to Mark Coulson there. So Coulson's immediately gained 1 position. But I think Yogi is playing the... as Coulson just has a bit of an off there. But I think Yogi's going to be playing the long game today. He asked just before the race started that the mandatory pit stop, do I have to put fuel in and do I have to put tyres on? Oh, Mark! Ooh, well saved, no! Oh my lord, Mark! Woo. Give me heart palpitations, my boy. Deary, deary me. See, that's all it takes at Oulton Park. That is all it takes. What's he doing? Where is he? Bit stuck in the grass there. As he managed to get back on track. Mark, 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 don't do that to me, buds. He's already 30 seconds down, but that's all it takes. As you can see, Jamski is a lot quicker than the Porsches into Sector 1. Sector 1 and Sector 3 is where the AMG should come alive. In Sector 2, that's a little bit awkward for them. As we go into Britain's, you'll be able to see a difference now here. The Porsches will get really good acceleration. Watch. They'll just slightly pull away a bit. Although Lewis has had a bit of a dud. Yeah, he's covering the inside line. Jamski's playing the longer game here. He's playing the smart game. Jamski's been very annoyed that he can't complete a race without spinning. So, which I can appreciate because that tends to happen to me quite often. Sorry if you see the mouse go across. It's the only way that I can change camera angles elegantly. Let's see throughout the field if anyone's kind of close to battling. Well, gained 2 positions off the start. Orlando, the only McLaren, the lonely McLaren, the lonely McLaren. Up to P6 with Yogi just behind him there. But Mark Coulson just needs to keep it going. I don't think there's a little bit of damage on the rear from probably when he reversed back onto the track. There is a little bit of damage there, but hopefully they can get through unscathed as Jamski's moved up. So what's happened to Lewis? Lewis Hamilton must have made an error around Cascades area because there's no way that they would concede 2 places for nothing. So that's Jamski. up to P2. Oh, Stewart is now made a mistake. See, this is all it takes. All it takes is a little bit of grass. And boom. And because this track is so narrow, a lot of the drivers are probably going to go and take some hits. But previous lap, Jamski was quicker than J-Sky, even though they're currently 2 seconds behind. So, oh, dirty tyres there for Camel. Oh, and Minor, what's happened there? I don't think they contacted. I think they must have just both put each other off. I didn't see any contact at all then. So, our race leader, J-Sky, started P1, is holding P1, is just gaining a bit of a gap between himself and Jamski now. Just setting a 1:34, so Jamski a little bit slower there. We can see Hughes Lamilton in the background there in P4. Yogi, after falling all the way back to the back on lap 1, it's now up to P5. That is in J-Sky. I don't know why it's not disappeared. Fix that. There we go. Sorry, there we go. Never good when that happens. Oh, Mark Coulson has gone into the pits. So is Mark just getting some repairs done? So no tyres. So this is the repair stage now. Now this would count as his mandatory pit stop. As J-Sky's just coming around Druid, so we don't really want Mark to be a lap down after 7 minutes. But this could happen to anyone. I think he is going to go a lap down. He must have got a lot more damage than what the graphics kind of suggested. As J-Sky's now chilling out a little bit. The 136 dead there. That's 3 seconds slower than what his qualifying pace. So like I said, the race pace is going to be a lot slower on Oulton Park compared to the likes of Jerez or even Casillas, which was round 1. Go around Island up to Shell Oils. Such a lovely corner. Such a lovely corner. But we can see that the red and black AMG is slowly catching J-Sky up. Now, Jamski needs to play this clever, really, because if he gets too close, he's going to suffer with the wash. And around corners like Druids and Shell, and especially Cascades, you're going to scrub more of your tyre, and you're not going to have a good time, as the ski instructor would say. You're going to have a bad time. So you can see now the gap's gone back up to 2 seconds. And Mizu, on the other hand. Oh, Mizu, the Canadian. Having a much better race now, but Hughes is probably thinking strategy now. The pace is there. You can see that in the lap times on the top left there. You can see that Mizu, Lamilton, with Mizu just setting a 1:35.1, 2 times faster than Jamski there. So, ooh, clearly pushing. 10 minutes in, and Mizu is the confidence is going upwards. Very good. Ooh, bit of a clip there around Island. It's not what you need. Let's have a little look further on the pack so we can see Stewart is catching up Lando Morris Minor. Stewart has got a bit of damage, mind. Oh, but Stewart's a lot quicker than Lando there as they're coming down Lakeside into Island. This should be Stewart's. They shouldn't do anything silly here. Yeah. So good move there by Stewart. Good exit. The McLaren just really not the car for Oulton Park. I do feel sorry for Lando. As we take a look at Mark Coulson. Bless him. Not having the best of times at the moment in our league racing. Not having the best of times. There's always... lap 1 is never good. I think hopefully, one day, lap 1 can be nice and clean for Mark Coulson. And they will get a good race under the belt because the pace is there, the consistency is there. But on the flip side, if anyone else gets damaged and goes into the pits and gets it repaired, Mark could be clawing back. So Mark could have 35 minutes of pure driving now. So we head back to our race leader, who is definitely setting the pace of the race. As we can see, Hamilton or Mizu. Hamilton kicking out that rear end. But getting a brilliant exit out of oil there. Could be on the verge of catching a Mizu up here. Number 17 of US in the Porsche. Oh, as we can see, Mizu's just made a bit of an error there, coming into his slops. The car's a little bit off balance. So we head up Clay Hill. Now I can't remember if the water tower is meant to be on the left or on the right here, and I can't remember. I think it used to be on the right, but I'm probably wrong. If anyone's watching this for the very first time, hello, my name is PNRGT3. I'm the founder of the Pretty Ninja Racing community. And I'm hosting this league because I wanted to give commentating a go. So hopefully I'm not too bad at it. My voice isn't too annoying for it. As a Mizu runs wide there out of Oulton Corner. Heading down the hill past Avenue through Denton's and into Cascades. One of the best corners in the country, in the UK. My personal opinion. You may have another favourite corner like Cox or Hackers and Beckett's or something from Knock Hill. Who knows? I do enjoy Cascades. And Mizu is really staggering after really lighting those tyres up. Let's catch Jamski. Hewis is pushing. Try and force a Mizu into a mistake there as we were burning in the sky. Coming out of Knickerbrook. Going up the hill. Ooh, not quite making a move into Druids. It's doable, but it's very dangerous. Here's probably a better corner to do it. Lodge. Looking down the inside of Lodge. Get it. Car stopped. Get the car stopped. Oh, Mizu. Just a bit of a tap on the rear there. But Hewis gets the job done. Back up to P3. Next target being Jamski. Good driving there by Hewis. Good driving. If anyone is watching and wants to get involved in our IMS2 league, this one in particular, all you need to do is type in exclamation mark GT Cup. You don't need to be subscribed to this channel, but you will need to join our Discord for the passwords, rules, etc. Doesn't matter what nationality you are, doesn't matter what skill level you are. We just want to make a community that is just of like-minded racing etiquette people. I know it's very hard to do, but that's what we're aiming for, at least anyway. We currently have players from, or sim racers rather, or players from such the likes of Norway, South Africa, Canada, a Brit that lives in Spain, so an expat, a Scottish man, you name it. It's probably somewhere. So Jamski is able to keep the pace of J-Sky. Well, I say keep the pace. Keep the gap relative. A little bit too much pace there into Lodge. It's funny how that pit box is only there on the one camera angle as Jamski runs really wide there. Needs to get focused up, pushing a little bit too hard. Managed to save that somehow. I'm not quite sure how he did, but managed to. Let's see throughout the rest of the pack. There's quite a bit of a gap now. 10-second gap between Lando Morris Minor and Stuart Laser Camel ahead of him now. But fair play to Lando for sticking with it, to keep going. Very commendable. Mark Coulson currently behind him. Would need to overtake Lando Morris twice. But it's a lot quicker. 2 seconds quicker, 1.5 seconds quicker. Pardon me. Now the car looks a little bit battered and bruised, but it will be fixed. It will be fixed. So Mark Coulson, probably in the next lap or two, might be ahead physically on the track than Lando Morris Minor. Lamilton has moved up to P2, so Jamski has made an error somewhere. We did say that he needs to calm down a little bit after setting that lap. So Jamski's got all that work to do, so Lewis Lamilton will be happy that he's back into P2, but what can Jamski do against these Porsches? He's driving way too hard. He needs to calm right down. He needs to back it right off. He knows where he's quicker. He's got to just reel it in a bit. Calm it down. The Porsche front end doesn't seem to be too good as we're quarter of an hour into the race. So let's just take a look at Hewis. So Hewis is probably quite glad to be back in P2, but only 2 tenths slower currently than J-Sky. So we'll have to try and keep an eye on that. So Jamski trying to put the pressure on Amizu. Now I wonder if it's good for Jamski to just, well, I don't know when he would like to pit, but he could do the ultimate undercut here. Just get himself into a bit of clean air. Oh, so Mizu runs wide. Coming out of Lodge. Jamski just needs to calm it down a bit. Much better by Jamski. Just needs to reel it in a little bit. We can see that Hamilton hasn't really got too far ahead either. So these three having a good old little ding-dong. Oh, so Mizu's a lot slower through Island Bend. Oh, Mizu has a bit of a spat coming out. I think the pressure's definitely getting to a Mizu now. But Jamski just needs to play it cool, play the cards right. A little bit slower in the first chicane, but we know that the AMG is not as strong in the Sector 2 part with these 2 chicanes compared to the Porsche. Oh, so Mizu does run quite wide there. Trying to carry as much speed through the second chicane as possible through Hislop into Knickerbrook. Just trying to keep an eye on the times to make sure we don't miss anything. J-Sky's got a commanding lead. So really the battle is between P3 and P4. P3 of Mizu, P4 of Jamski. So go over the timeline to start out 13. 20 minutes in. And Mizu is running wide again. Not getting the best of exits, which is going to, you know, hinder him for cascades. I mean, look how darted and planted that AMG is. Really got to go on the attack here. Now is Mizu doesn't defend into oil. You do kind of need to be a little bit closer, but that AMG is just so much better around Sector 2 and Sector 3 than that Porsche. It really is. Oh, Mizu does run a little bit wide by the looks of it. Could be just a bit of a latency there, but let's. Oh, and Mizu's run off. And to be fair, that gives Jamski P3. You can see Mizu was definitely feeling the pressure there from Jamski, so can Mizu return the favour? Who knows? Or does Mizu do the smart thing, because Jamski is quicker, and just follow suit and let Jamski catch up with Hewis? Who knows? But let's go with our race leader for a moment as he crosses the time in line to start block 14. Looking very comfortable. Very comfortable. Very nice. So let's just go through the field just for a moment once we hit lap 14. We're about halfway through now. So Jay Sky is our current race leader. Hewis Lamilton in the Porsche, number 17 Porsche, as they just go around Island Bend now. Again, having a better drive after having the incident that they had to lose a few places. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but something did for him to drop 2 places. And as you can see, Jamski is already catching up in the number 99 AMG. He's already closing the gap down to Hewis Lamilton. So Jamski is clearly getting his groove on. Oh, as Mizu runs wide again. Mizu's just missing that braking point at the moment. But P4 would be still pretty good for a Mizu, I think. Certainly give him a good amount of points in the championship. As we head down to P5 to Mr. Yogi in car number 77, sorry. Another AMG. Again, steady pace by Yogi, 135.5. Just needs to keep this pace up, just keep it nice and smooth. Next we have the Camel, the lazy Camel. Stewart, who's also sent some really nice lap times, but again, it's just the consistency again. Well, we got a couple of drivers going into the pits, so Jamski's gone in, Lamilton has also gone in. I think Jamski may have just reacted to watching Lamilton go in there, but luckily has clear road. So, but now in front of Lamilton is Yogi, who is Jamski's teammate. So that's something to keep an eye on. Lando Morris Minor, who has now been caught up by Mark Coulson, but I think Mark is just taking it easy. Oh, Lando! Managed to get it stopped. Well done, Lando. Mark just being fully aware of what was going on there. So we'll just have to see if Mark can actually gain any positions, because oh, Lando is off. Can he get it back onto the circuit? Oh no, that's gonna be heavy. That's gonna be heavy. That could be retirement material. That Still keeping it going. Where is... Oh, no. That's heavy damage. J-Sky's in the pits. So Mizu takes the race lead. If not for a lap. What's Lando doing? Lando is not in a great shape, to say the least. Understandably cutting corners. So Yogi has also gone into the pits now, which means Lewis Hamilton has gone through absolutely fine. And there is Jamski as well. Hamilton having the better outlap, but we know that the AMG is better on the mid to long run. So the Porsche may gain a bit of time here, but not too much as Stewart has come in and going straight out. Good stop there by the Laser Camel. Where is Lando? Oh, Lando's getting more and more damage here. Needs to watch out for the race leaders. I think Lando might actually be on a controller, you know. Just absolutely crabbing. Not having fun. And there's our race leader, Mizu, back there at the moment. Who is going to run wide? Nope. So Lando goes into the pits. But Mizu is still going. As Lando's now gone into the pits. Now, where is Mark Coulson? Because Mark Coulson might be able to unlap himself here. Currently at Britain's. I don't know. I'm going to imagine, though, that Lando's damage is pretty extensive. It's pretty rough. As Jay's guy set 156 last lap, so that's not like them. That's a rather slow lap. That's not an out lap either, I don't think. Oh, maybe it was actually. Yes, it may well have been actually. I stand to correct myself. As Jamski's tyres are now getting into the groove. Getting some pace in there now to try and catch up Hewis. And as we saw from them following Omizu, the AMG does alright in the wash here at Oulton Park. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. So Mark Coulson has indeed got past Lando. That was a big off. But that grass is not kind around Oulton Park. You can't really put the brakes on. You can't really slow up. It just completely takes full control of your car pretty much. But Lando, fair play for continuing on. Oh, someone's coming into the pits. That must be Omizu. Yeah, it is. Omizu comes in. No tyre change. Just waiting for them to go. So that's Jamski back up to P3. Hamilton up to P2. But I think Omizu, by not coming in, has lost more time. I think, yeah, definitely. Definitely lost more time to Hamilton and Jamski. So the overcut didn't work. As Hamilton was Jamski sets a 1:34.4 in their pursuit of Hewis Hamilton. So clearly this could be the battle to watch in the next lap or so. So that means everyone has now pitted. Stewart, the laser come on the number 85. Not having a bad race, even though their car looks like it's been through the war. They're not having too bad a race, in all fairness. A few bumps and scrapes along the way, but it's bound to happen at Oulton Park. Another driver who's having a quiet but good race is Yogi. Yogi's gone for his own strat. May not be the fastest per lap, but over the course of a race, will pay dividends, I think, just by keeping it clean. This will be a good result here for Yogi and Jamski as a team in their fight against Jay's guy and Mark Oulton, who's currently down in 7th place. But well done, Yogi. Keep it up, my guy. Keep it up. Lando, what an absolute legend. Still going. Well done, Lando. Brilliant stuff. 15 minutes left on the clock plus 1 lap to go. So I don't think they're battle for first unless this man makes an error, which I don't think they're going to do, if I'm honest with you. They could probably chill out now. They could probably drop 2 tenths a lap for the rest of the race and it'd still be alright. But one battle that is getting a lot closer, well, by the looks of the timing screen it was, at least anyway, is Jamski and Lamilton. Jamski just taking little chunks at a time away from Hewis. Jamski seems to have really got into a flow here. That's okay, but not fantastic. You don't want to do that too often. You don't want to risk it. Now, Mark sadly didn't gain as many laps as I thought they would from the early pit stop. Sadly. And Jay Sky's not too far behind him for another lapping situation, as the gap has now gone down to less than a second. So Jamski, if there was one, is now in the DRS zone. So we now come out of Knickerbrook. A little bit wide there through Druids, but still not bad. But he's taken 2 tenths a lap out of Hewis Lamilton. I think this could be more as well. Oh no, Jamski! Every race, he has a moment. Every race, such a shame. Now he's just got to hope that Lamilton either slows up quite a bit or doesn't suffer too much from anything. So now everyone's pretty spread out. "12 minutes left on the clock. We're on board with our race leader, Jay Sky. Brilliant race. Brilliant drive so far. Looks like Mizu also had an off on the last lap. Plenty of speed being carried by Mizu there. So come up over Clay Hill, through Water Tower. Now Druids. Down the penultimate straight. Lodge corner, the one that just caught Jamski out. Much better there, much better there. So we're now on board with Mark Coulson. Not the unluckiest one of today, I think. Just not a great lap one, and it kind of ruined the rest of their race. Especially with the amount of damage that somehow was caused. See that back of that Porsche is not in great shape. But at the same time, oh, well saved, Mark. Well done. See that last corner, Lodge corner. It's the one to watch out for. As Jamski is now 20 seconds down behind Hamilton, so definitely had a bit of an off. So that gives Mizu a possible chance for P3 because Jamski keeps on throwing it away at the moment. Sorry, just had to pop the jumper back on. The temperature has definitely dropped here in the southwest of England. As Mizu is now on a charge, but I think Jamski is actually pulling away a little bit. Not a great deal, but definitely a little bit. Oh, Jamski, what are we going to do with you, my guy? What are we going to do? Keeps on pushing it a little bit too much, or the car just slips away from under them, and it's just not doing him any good. Pardon me. So we'll take a look at Lando Morris Minor, the absolute champion. Continuing on after that very, very heavy hit going into Shell Oil's corner. Well, to be fair, going round Island Bend is what really caused it. But fair play to Lando. Yeah, that McLaren just does not want to bite. That front end just doesn't want to know. Here's Yogi, the quietest racer of the day. I would, if there was an award such as this person would definitely be getting it. Just kept it nice and simple for 40 minutes. Great drive, Yogi. Keep it going, my dude. Keep it going. As Hamilton has caught up to J Sky in the final 6 minutes. He's now only 1.4 seconds behind. That was a hell of a catch up there. As they come up to oil, Shell Oil. Don't know if Jay's guy's carrying a little bit of damage or whether the tyres are going a little bit because of his aggressive setup. I'm not sure, but... Oh, that was awfully close to the tyre stack then. From Hewis, they are pushing. Going into his lops. Right, then a left. Then the right-hander of Knickerbrook. Going up Clay Hill. I've said this many a times in this 45-minute race. Around Water Tower. Now Druids. Heading into Lodge Corner. Now, is Jay Sky just toying with him? Or has Lamilton really got the pace to challenge at the end of this race? Only 4 minutes to go. Lamilton has no choice but to absolutely push. 3 tenths faster than Jay Sky in the last lap. Not quite enough. But the pressure might be getting to Jay Sky, so I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on this. Scratching the old beard, waiting. Waiting to see what's going to happen. Within a second now, so Hewis is definitely in the firing range. 8 attempts. Jay Sky's losing a lot of time in Sector 1. Go over the crest of Hilltop. We're back to 1.1 seconds, so... Oh god, it's changing all the time. Better have a sip of water before this gets tasty. And the silly thing is that Jamski's catching them up. So if Jamski just held on just a little bit, Jamski could have been in this fight, but we'll wait to see if this actually turns out to be a fight. Yet. As Jay Sky does run wide out of T1, Lamilton is definitely 2 tenths quicker again. But this is where they made a lot of time up last time, which is making me think that maybe Jay Sky's front tyres are a little bit gone. Lamilton is braking far later into Shell, but then that's allowing Jay Sky to get the power on early. So this is an interesting sort of dilemma here for Lamilton. I think Jay Sky's doing just enough to keep them back. With 2 minutes 20 left on the clock plus an extra lap. So we're talking another 3 laps here. So we'll be on 30 laps. Pardon me. Can Hewis get close enough to Jay Sky to do anything? I'm not so sure. After that last lap, I think Jay Sky is playing this perfectly. Just keeping Lamilton as close as he wants him. I think Lamilton knows it as well. "55 seconds left on the clock, so they'll do this lap plus 1 more. thank you to all those that have been watching this evening. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, feel free to hit that like button. Or the thumbs up, is it? Yeah, thumbs up. And subscribe if you would. Get us to 100 subscribers and we will be doing 100 miles of Donington to celebrate 100 subscribers on this channel. No, I was right. There is another lap after this one. Time is up. So Lamilton has 2 laps to try something if they want to, but I think a P2 for Lamilton after how the race went is a very, 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 very good result for the young driver. So who else is there throughout the field? I mean, Yogi's catching up with Mizu, but not by enough, really. Flashing his lights at Mizu. Trying to distract him. Even though he's 6 seconds ahead. Or is that a lapped car ahead? That is. It's Mark Coulson. It's Collie. I don't think Mark will get in the way at all. Oh, Yogi, what are you doing? Oh dear. Right, as they come over Lodge corner for the second to last time, I believe. I don't think it's going to be the end of the race here. Could be completely wrong. Nope, we are now on the final lap of the race. Lap 30. Can Lamilton take the win? Can he snatch it from J Sky? After J Sky led from lap 1, there were a few laps where Mizu took over during the pit stop break. But otherwise, can he do anything? Can he get anything from this? Bit of an untidy release there from J Sky. Traffic is ahead, but they shouldn't get in the way. Who is it? It's Lando. I highly doubt Lando's going to get in the way. Down to half a second. Now we have seen Lamilton make the move into Lodge corner. I would say they're close enough again, almost. Good drive, not quite close enough, I don't think. No. As J Sky covers the insides, but almost a race to the... No, I think J Sky's got this. Brilliant racing from those two. Lamilton just trying on the last couple of corners. J Sky is our race winner then. Lamilton in second. Jamski coming up to Lodge corner now to finish in P3. Excellent drive from Jamski after only doing a few hours of practice. Brilliant drive, well done, sir. Mizu in P4 coming over Lodge corner as well. Great drive from Mizu again. And takes the P4 slot. Yogi taking P5. Great drive for Yogi. So impressed with Yogi today. Super happy for him. P5, great result for Yogi. Now Stuart Laser Camel coming up to Druids. No. Yes. No. Lodge. Great drive from Stuart as well. Car looks a little bit worse for wear. Oh, bit of lag. There we go. And across the line to finish in P6. Mark Coulson. Race is over for P7. And the absolute hero, that is Lando Morris Minor. After that massive crash going to finish off what could have been an incredible race for them. But brilliant drive nonetheless. So he crosses over the line now to take the final spot. So where's our standings? There they are. Jay Sky's your race winner there. With the fastest lap going to Jamski with a 1:34.219. Having a quick look again. Yep, Jamski takes the fastest lap of the race in P3. Hewis Lamilton takes P2. and Mizu takes P4. Yogi takes P5. As I said, Stewart takes P6. Coulson 7. And Lando Morris Minor, the hero, in P8. So that was round 3. I hope you really enjoyed yourself. I certainly loved the racing. It was a bit of carnage here, there and everywhere, and a bit of action. A few mistakes here from the drivers, but that's always going to happen on Park. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourself. Leave a like and subscribe if you reach this part of the video. I think it's only fair if you do. And until next time, I leave you with the advert of my business, Fox Custom PC Builders. Our amazing intro. And I will catch you same time next week. See you later.